LAPSSET Corridor Program, which connects Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Sudan, is Eastern Africa's largest and most ambitious infrastructure project. The LAPSSET Corridor Program is a regional flagship project aimed at providing transport and logistics infrastructure to create seamless connection between Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Sudan in Eastern Africa. The project brings together a total of 160 million people from the three countries. The LAPSSET Corridor is also part of a wider land bridge that would connect Lamu Port on the East African coast to Douala Port on the West African coast. The LAPSSET Corridor is designed to function as an economic corridor, giving several Eastern African countries access to a large-scale economic trading system and supporting regional socio-economic growth. Hello viewers, welcome to another informative video on the channel as we take a look at one of Eastern Africa's largest and most ambitious infrastructure projects. If you're new to the channel, ensure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so as to be the first to be notified on our future uploads. LAPSSET Background. The LAPSSET Corridor is made of two parts: a 500-meter wide infrastructure corridor that will carry load, railway, pipelines, power transmission and other projects, and a 50-kilometer long economic corridor on either side of the infrastructure corridor that will house industrial investments. Various project components have begun implementation work, while others are currently in the project preparation phase. The first three beds of Lamu Port, the Isiolo-Moyale-Hawassa Road connecting Kenya and Ethiopia, and electricity transmission lines connecting different vital places along the corridor are all now under construction. The Lamu-Garsen Road, which is 135 kilometers long, and Lokicha-Lodwar-Nakodok Road, which is 334 kilometers, connecting Kenya and South Sudan, are about to begin construction. The Lamu-Garissa-Isiolo Road, which is 537 kilometers, the Nakodok-Turi-Juba Road, which is 400 kilometers, the Lamu-Isiolo-Moyale-Addis Ababa Product Oil Pipeline Project, and the Lamu-Moyale-Hassawa-Addis Ababa Standard Gauge Railway Project, among others, are all in the planning stage. The idea was conceived in 1975, but never saw the light of day due to various reasons. Later, the concept was renewed and incorporated into Kenya Vision 2030. LAPSSET was estimated to cost $16 billion in 2009. According to the most recent estimate, the project will cost between $22 billion and $23 billion. Kenya's government announced the formation of the LAPSSET Corridor Development Authority on April 1, 2013, to manage the project on behalf of the Kenyan government. The project's cost was also estimated to be $29.24 billion. The project's development. The LAPSSET Corridor project is the first single unified infrastructure project that the government has launched and prepared without external aid under the Vision 2030 strategy framework. By 2030, the project aims to achieve a just and prosperous middle-income Kenya. Kenya is leading the development of the LAPSSET Corridor project, which aims to strengthen Kenya's position as a gateway and transport and logistics hub for the East African sub-region and the Great Lakes region, facilitating trade and promoting regional economic integration and interconnectivity among African countries. Costs of LAPSSET program. The LAPSSET Corridor program's 7 core infrastructure project components demand significant resources, with a budget estimate of $24.5 billion in construction expenditures. Lamu Port, with its 22 ports, is expected to cost $3.1 billion, the railway $7.1 billion, and the crude oil pipeline $3 billion for the Lamu to Lokicha trunk line alone. Indeed, the figures listed are a major undertaking that cannot be accomplished only by the government's limited resources. The government has made the private sector's engagement in the building of the LAPSSET corridor infrastructure a priority, using infrastructure bonds and equity participation, among other money market instruments. Provision of social infrastructure, services, and security. In addition to ongoing physical work on planned projects along the LAPSSET corridor, the government has begun a comprehensive strategy to provide social infrastructure and services to give the LAPSSET project a human face. Planning for these social infrastructure and services will ensure that schools, health centers, towns, water and sanitation services, security services, and other social amenities are provided at optimal level, ensuring that the LAPSSET corridor areas are secure, desirable, livable, and working environment, as well as a place to nurture Kenya's future generations. Recent developments in the LAPSSET corridor project. Oil discoveries have been made in the Turkana area of Kenya since the conclusion of the LAPSSET research, with current recoverable crude oil reserves estimated at 600 million barrels. As a result of these unexpected discoveries, the crude oil pipeline's initial layout and design must be revised to suit these new finds. The pipeline will currently transport crude oil from Kenya's Lokichar oil reserves, Uganda's Lake Albert oil fields, and South Sudan's oil fields. As a result, plans are being made to start building the crude oil pipeline from Lokichar to Lamu Port to evacuate Kenyan oil, as well as finalizing negotiations on the construction of a crude oil pipeline connecting Ugandan and South Sudanese oil reserves. The government has acknowledged the necessity to build the Lamu-Lokichar road beside the crude oil pipeline in order to facilitate the pipeline's development. The Ministries of Energy and Petroleum, as well as Transport and Infrastructure, have taken an integrated approach to the development of the crude oil pipeline and the road from Lamu to Lokichar as part of an early delivery strategy. Criticism. The LAPSSET corridor has been criticized for its social and environmental consequences. The civil society organization, Save Lamu, has expressed concerns about the lack of local community involvement, as well as land rights and negative environmental consequences. Cattle herders in Turkana County have expressed dissatisfaction with the lack of consultation. Local fishermen in Lamu signed a petition accusing the project of violating their right to appropriate information. People living on community land, particularly pastoral nomads, have expressed worry about land rights violations as a result of the LAPSSET project. There you have it, viewers. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you found this video informative enough, ensure to hit that subscription button. Give us a like while turning on the notification so as to be notified on our future uploads. Thanks for watching.